Hi everyone, Emmy here. I'm so excited to show you the finished project from the Marie Antoinette box. So let's take a look. We got these lovely, let me see if I have a spare one here. These lovely large beads. So we got a whole bunch of these pressed halite beads, and of course I didn't waste any time bezeling them. Now this one is bezeled so that you can use this one without putting any backing on it. And there was a few other colors. So I will be I think I'm going to be making some more of this style here. These look so lovely with the different colors. So these are actually the Cylin beads. I have to say the black Cylin beads are probably my all-time favorite. I have a few favorites. I should do a favorites video. I've mentioned that before, but definitely let me show you. Here they are in the container, but they come in these lovely resealable bags. They are amazing. There's 25 grams in these. And, well, you can see I still have lots. And I've made other stuff with it too. But anyway, they're gorgeous. They're so uniform. But that's what we got in the box. And that's what I made. So let's take a look. So I got these lovely crystals from Bobby. She sent me a whole tray of these lovely navette. They call them Rosemonte, I guess, when they're in the little cages. And you can sew them right onto your work. I'm pretty sure you can get them at a lot of bead shops. And then these lovely leaves. I apologize, I'm in the process of doing some other projects for the new box, so my head's already into that. I try to get all my projects done from the one box, but of course I do so much that it's hard to get everything done before the next box comes out. But these lovely beads, now the holes are at the base of the leaf, but for something like bead embroidery, it's not a big deal. So if you guys want to see me do some bead embroidery, and actually for the mistletoe magic box, I will be doing some bead embroidery. I have some unbelievable projects coming up. So that's those three things. And then we got these beautiful beads. Let me see if I have any left. I do. I have two left. I use them for earrings. Now that was the only one that was a small one. These are a little bit bigger. These are metallized beads, and I'm not sure what the process is to those. If you know about it, let me know. I love them. They're just gorgeous. Look at how amazing is that? So, and I, of course, bezeled this. This is peyote stitch onto the John Bead stiff felt. I put a sheet of like soft felt. Let me get this a little bit bigger and set the focus here. I put a sheet of like a just regular felt of black because I knew that with these navettes and these leaves that the felt underneath would be showing through. So this is kind of the first time I've ever made a project where the felt is exposed. And it turned out beautiful. And this is the back, and this is just faux leather. And again, I use the Cylin beads for the edging. Now I did find I really like using them because I like this part here that's like flat for beading along the edge. But I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see. You see the spaces? So I think if you were to do like 11O beads or I've sometimes done 15. It takes a little longer. You won't get that spacing, but you know what? When you're wearing this, you're not going to notice. And then I just put these here. So normally I make a pin and a necklace, but I kind of thought this was a little big for a pin. I have seen some videos where they put another strip, attached here and here of the faux leather, and it's big enough that you could put your scarf through. So you put both ends of your scarf through like this, and then this becomes a scarf holder or something. But I thought it would be too close to your neck that way, and it's quite heavy, so because of the howlite bead. So what I did was, ta-da, I made a necklace, and I made it in 2 parts. This was kind of out of necessity, but what it ended up creating is something really cool. So first of all, let's attach them. I have these lovely, this is what the clasp looks like when you buy them. They have these 2 end pieces with the bar, so you can string your pearl or whatever bead you have, and they're fold over clasps, so they open and close like that and go through this lovely cubic zirconia crystals like that. So normally this goes at the end of your necklace, and then your pearls or whatever you're stringing goes around this way. But what I wanted to do was, because this is so spectacular, I'm just saying, I wanted something really beautiful to attach to it. And I wanted something removable too. So that's how I came up with this idea of doing this. And then, because these naturally come apart into 2 separate strands once you unhook this at the top. So basically you need 2 sets of these, and you'll be left with an extra one of these you can use on some other design. So you have a set at the top, the back of your neck, and then one to attach here. So let's show you what that looks like. So that's the back, and this one goes to your pendant like that. And then you have your necklace like that. Let me take this out a bit so you can see. So you have your necklace. So this I made around 18 inches. So I did 9 inches on each side. You can make it longer if you like your necklaces longer. And the great thing about this is you can take this off, and if you have a longer strand, you can attach it. So what I did was, I couldn't decide whether I liked the silver pearls. Now these pearls are Preciosa, and I think they are called silver. I think their gray pearls look a little different, slightly darker and maybe a little more to the blue side. So I think these are their silvers. Really gorgeous, and I have to give credit. I went and asked my wife which color I should use, and she picked the silver. She says she's going to have to start charging me a consultation fee. I told her to send me an invoice. She goes, I don't know why I would send you an invoice. You never pay attention to them. Oh my God, we have a lot of fun. Can you tell? So I thought, I wasn't satisfied. I have a hard time deciding what colors when it gets down to like something like this. So I made one with Swarovski pearls. So it's basically the same thing. Now this one, I might restring, although here's the thing, when you do these stringing, I like to hide my crimp bead inside a slider bead like this, or a spacer bead. And let me bring this up a bit so you can really see it. So you can see it's in there. Now I used the cord I use. You can see there, it's very fine and gold. So I used a size 0 crimp bead in there and then just slid in. But to get you can do the first one easily and then bring all your beads down. But the second one's a little harder, as you can see, because you need to get your tools in without scratching your pearls to crimp that bead like that. Now, I managed to do that with this one. You can see it's there's not a huge amount of space there. Let's see what this one's like. Oh, this one's, look at how secure that. How the heck did I do that? I was getting tired at night, I think. So I might restring this. I don't know. But here's the thing. So after saying all that, once this one's on, and this is at the back, you can see it may slide down a bit, but what you're going to see is this part here at the top, at the bottom. So all your beads are going to fall down. It's going to cover any crimp bead. But I will say, if you try this technique, because of these clasps, you want to make sure, let's show you on the silver one, it's easier, or where's the loose one here? This one here. Make sure you get your crimp bead up against the first pearl, against this opening here, because I did do it initially thinking everything would slide down, but then this part here is all exposed and the wire is exposed and stuff, so I just left it like that. Yeah, that one might need to. So let's take a look at what this one looks like. Enough jibber jabber. Oh, I haven't had it. I finished them and then went to bed. It was like 2 a.m. My wife is like, "Aren't you coming to bed? Are you still beading?" These are her. I could put that on a record and just press the button. I didn't realize it was like 2 in the morning. I thought it was like 10 o'clock or something. So look at this. So again, it looks amazing with both. So now you have 2 necklaces. How is that? So there is my lovely. This is going to Toronto to a very special person who shall remain nameless, Carmi. Huge thank you to John Bead for these lovely goodies we got in the Marie Antoinette box. I can't say that it's my favorite because all of them are my favorite. They're like my kids, right? But this is the one that inspired me the most. Let's just say that. And it's, as you can see, it just, these lovely beads, just, I could just play with these. You could hand me a box of those and I just bead or bezel them and make all kinds of lovely creations. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that and get some inspiration from it as well. If you have any suggestions about the attaching the pearls, let me know. Yeah, there you go. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, don't forget, a quick announcement. The Curiosities box for December is Mistletoe Magic. And where's my card for that one? Because it's out. I've sorted everything here. This one here, Mistletoe Magic. So it actually sold out like 5 days after it came out. And the way it works, if you have a subscription, you could suspend your subscription for different boxes. And I know a lot of people, I've heard, I say a lot, that's probably not accurate, but I've heard people tell me that they're not into the Christmassy stuff, so they would suspend their box. Well, on the day of delivery, that's when we find out if people have, like, we find out earlier, but we don't tally it. So if people have suspended their boxes, those boxes become available for sale. So there's boxes available for sale. And I think when I checked it yesterday, I'll have to check it again today, but when I checked it yesterday, there was 19 boxes available. So if you're interested in the mistletoe magic, go take a look at the video and order it. And the new box is available for pre-sale, and it's called Aurora Borealis. Oh my gosh, there's going to be spectacular colors, I'm sure. So there you go. There's my announcement. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. The links for the John Bead Friends and Family site, where you can order your bead box or your Curiosities box, is in the links. So if you have any questions, just shoot me a comment and I'll do my best to get an answer for you. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the next video.